Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to another one of my video reviews. Well, it's been a while since we have seen a Mega Man game and it seems like Capcom is ready to bring back their Blue Bomber after a long cooldown period. Just looking at the sales numbers of the games, I can't blame Capcom for retiring the series just a little bit because they overmilked the franchise a bit in the early aughts. Now granted, overmilked is a bad term because each game series was different from each other, but people got tired of trying to keep up with all the Mega Man games and their offshoots, and Capcom decided to retire the series for a while. Granted, it wasn't all hopeless in this dry period. We had some excellent clones too, like Azure Striker Gunvolt, Rosenstiel Celette, I always get that name wrong, and the not so mighty, but still better than what a lot of people give it credit for, Mighty Number 9 to hold us over. Now the real thing is back and it's time to rip it open and check it out in this review. The story in this one, like most of the classic Mega Man games, isn't anything special. This one does have a bit more narrative focus on it, but it's not something you're missing out a lot on if you just skip it. Basically, we find out the whole reason why Wily rebelled and wants to destroy all of Light's work is because Light was a huge dick to him back in college over the battle of his double gear system that could turn robots super powerful, because Light thought it would be dangerous and wanted the money to go towards robots with independent thoughts. And yeah, Light's ideas and creations don't cause trouble for anyone in the future. Anyways, after waking up from said bad memory, Wily decides to bring back the double gear system after capturing a few of Light's latest projects and reprogramming them. Because despite 8 years to improve security in his lab, Light failed to do just that. Light, I think your lab is easier to break into than Princess Peach's castle at this point. Anyways, to stop Wily, Light puts the double gear system into Mega Man, and after that, it's really just typical Mega Man in the storytelling. You proceed to go on to destroy the 8 robot masters, then you go to Wily's castle and proceed to make the man cry like an anime fan on prom night. So what's the gameplay like? Well, for the most part, it's Mega Man, and aside from a few hiccups here or there, some that do become a bit more of a frustrating pain if you decide to crank up the difficulty, it's actually pretty good. Anyways, like all the other Mega Man games, you pick a Robot Master, you go through the stage, you beat the Robot Master, and get his weapons. This time, it's even nice enough to let you practice and show you what the weapons do, so I really like that this time. Then you go ahead and you pick another stage that you think the boss is weak against that weapon, and pick up this new weapon, repeat until all 8 Robot Masters are dead, and then go on and trounce Wily. Now, I wouldn't say 11th is the best Mega Man game. I would say after playing it, it's probably now my 3rd favorite after Mega Man 6 and 3. But I will give it props for changing a few things to the formula that gives us a fresh new taste without making it feel like a new spin-off series in the vein of Mega Man X. The changes come from the double gear system. So what is the double gear system, you ask? Basically, it comes in 2 flavors. First lets you slow down time so you can get past obstacles a lot easier, like this firewall here. While these parts can be really frustrating, they're also really fun, and I loved experimenting with the speed gear. The other gear lets you charge up your special weapons. Think of it like charging your weapons up in Mega Man X minus the charge time needed because you just activate the gear and it's already pre-charged. And damn are some of these upgraded weapons handy when you have that attack gear on. The Ice Tornado becomes a blast that clears the screen. The fire can cover things in multiple angles, and some like the bomb can only really be used when it's turned on. Because of the ability to increase the amount of range, your special weapons have the best use I've seen in a Mega Man game. I'm someone who likes to go through these games with the Mega Blaster on, and I found myself really using most of these weapons quite a bit, more than I did in the other Mega Man games. So the fact that I was constantly switching weapons a lot more makes this a really good game when it comes to the special weapons. Now the 2 gears do come with the cost. Whenever you use them, you have to let them cool down. Overuse makes them unavailable for a set time, and if you combine them, you can make Mega Man super powerful for a short while. But if he overheats, he's basically defenseless until it cools down. Like I said, I enjoyed both of the gears, and the stage design really makes use of them. And all the stages except for one I found enjoyable, and the one I didn't find enjoyable is, of course, Bounce Man. Hey, Capcom, no one liked Springman's stage in Mega Man 7. We didn't need his stage back on steroids. As for Flame Man, yeah, don't make the mistake of doing him first, because he is a pain without the ability to freeze things. I, like a lot of other Mega Man players, probably chose him first just because he looks like Torchman, and we thought we knew what we were getting into with him. Anyways, as far as the platforming goes, it's good. The controls are excellent. The new stuff adds an existing layer of awesomeness on it. Is there anything bad to say about this? Well, the game stages are a bit too long and need extra checkpoints, especially on the harder difficulties. That is one good thing I can say about this game. It does offer up a choose-your-own experience. The easiest mode might let you get away with a bit too much for my taste, but you can still die quite a bit, so it's not quite like Rookie Hunter mode in the Mega Man X Legacy collections, where you get a free pass. Casual is about Mega Man 6 difficulty levels. You can still die from falling down holes, but you start off with quite a few extra life, and the game does actually put in a few more checkpoints. Normal is typical Mega Man fare, 3 lives to get through the stages with only 2 checkpoints per stage, and game over sends your butt back to the beginning. Again, the stages are just a trifle bit too long, and there were plenty of times where I thought I was getting close to being done with the stage, only to find out I was only 3/4 to 2/3 of the way through the stage. Game overs become a major pain in the ass in this situation, and before any old codgers stand up and tell me that's how they did it back in the day, yeah, I know, I remember. But you know what? Back in the day, I didn't have a job, a girlfriend, night classes, bills, and a part-time YouTube channel to try to keep up with. So the fact that I now have all this stuff going on in my life, as do most people, the whole idea for a lot of older gamers that you have to restart back at the beginning of the stage due to a game over is now passé, and it becomes a pain. Now, I haven't tried superhero mode, but from what I hear, it's for those who thought Mega Man and Bass was too easy, and I ain't touching it. One of the things Capcom has struggled to do since the 16-bit days was how to upgrade Mega Man's looks. Way too anime, way too super deformed cute. Whoever designed this needs to have a mental exam, because that's just crazy. Eventually, they kind of just settled on keeping him 8-bit for Mega Man 9 and 10. Now, they redid the look of him in this game, and it looks fabulous. Taking a page from Shantae Half Genie Hero, Mega Man is 2.5D but fully cel-shaded to make him and the characters look like they were hand-drawn cartoons. Throw in some fantastic looking backgrounds from mountain sceneries to carnivals. The game looks fantastic. This is how a non-8-bit Mega Man game should look. Great job on this, Capcom. Music-wise, there weren't any tunes that really got my toe tapping, unfortunately, but what here isn't bad and it gets the job done. Great job on Capcom's part to get a good voice cast for the dub and to treat each character more seriously than they did in Mega Man Powered Up. With the likes of Ben Diskin doing the Mega Man voice, and we also have Todd Haberkorn doing a few voices, and even the epic voice guy does Torchman. The voices are enjoyable. The story might be small, but what is certainly presented is enjoyable thanks to the good voice work.
Better idea! At last the world will bow down to the genius of Dr. Wily!
Doctor, I'll go after Wily. Wait, Mega Man!
With the solid new entry where Capcom gave it their A game on this, and a new cartoon series which I haven't seen because I don't have cable right now, and even a new movie coming out, it's obvious that Capcom wants to bring back their Blue Bomber if we're willing to take him. I certainly will if it means more games of this caliber are created. Here hoping Mega Man 12 comes along in a few years. If not, then definitely Mega Man Legends 3. Hey, what? A guy can still dream, can he? Anyways, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. I'll see you guys later.